So thank you so much for joining. Thank you that you are here with me in this new continuum, like in this brand new day, brand new moment. Yeah, it's so great that we meet right here, right now, just because it is another present moment that we are going to join in and that we are present in together. When we leave all our thoughts behind and let everything be as it is for a moment. And so, yeah, this is an opportunity to relax, to come to yourself with a capital S. So realizing that you're standing on holy ground and that what you are is closer to you than breathing. And that you are still as God created you, that nothing changed. When you enter into this space, you come to realize that nothing changed, that you're home in heaven, that you're here, that you're in the arms of your Father. And that sounds pretty wow, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. So I'm allowing someone to get into class. Hi, welcome to you too. So it doesn't matter if you're here for 1 minute or if you're here the whole lesson or if you just heard one line that is really touching you, that would already be perfect too. Like there's no limit. There's not really like anything limiting to this teaching. Like you can have a part of it that is still the whole truth. Truth cannot be divided. So you either have an experience of this truth or not at all. And I love that about the idea of truth is true and nothing else is true. It's like that takes care of all the exceptions and all the comparisons and all of that. It's like, no, truth is true. I don't have to say anything about it. It is like I have nothing to say about it in terms of I don't decide what it is. No, it is just the truth. So when you relax into the space that we're entering into now, by relaxing and letting everything be as it is, you see that the first thing that falls away is like, oh, I don't even know what time it is anymore. Like the whole idea of time is going to evaporate quickly because we don't need it in this hour. If you come to this, say, meeting point where we find ourselves, it is like, yes, this is happening right here and right now. That is all we need to know. We don't need anything else. So whatever has gone before is gone, is over. Like there's no link to the present moment at all. It is brand new, always. It's always happening right here and right now. It's just what it is. It doesn't have to be made. You don't have to do anything for it. No, it will reveal itself as you step back. You as a personality, you as an human mind, so to speak. You as a mortal, you as an idea of yourself. If you can let go of the concepts of yourself, it all becomes very easy. So it is like you step back, the light steps forward. That is immediate. You don't have to wait till the truth steps forward. No, it's immediate. As soon as you step back, the light steps forward. See, and now in this moment, you might start to feel that. You might start to reconnect with this in your awareness. It is right here. You can feel that. Like there's the communication. There's the direct communication. So that is teaching today. I'm not doing anything in that sense. It is the truth is revealed just by your stepping back, and acceptance of this. And acceptance is then allowing it to happen. Allowing that space to occur in your mind where the light can enter in. And that is up to you. You can not do it and say like, well, that's not working. Or you can try to step back, like give yourself the opportunity to allow yourself to have a complete new experience of yourself. So then suddenly there's the openness and there's the space that it can happen. So yeah, your decision is then, yes, I want to step back. Yes, I want the truth and nothing but the truth. That is quite a step. It sounds very easy to say, but along this path, you'll see that you make attempts to completely, wholeheartedly say that, and wait for the consequences in terms of that you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know what you get in return for what you already know. So that is a matter of allowing yourself to have experiences, to go to the edges of your consciousness to discover what is there, and not stay with what you already know. And so that's very exciting, and it's like a great discovery that you're going to do, because there's always more to discover. It doesn't stop, there's no end to the universe. So you're discovering universal mind and your every awareness in it. And that's a mind-blowing experience. That's not just a little like, oh, that's great, I saw it. Yes. No, it is mind-blowing. It is overwhelming. It can be overwhelming at times. It is completely fulfilling. Like, it is completely fulfilling you if you allow that to occur to you. If you allow the space where the light can enter in and see it works. See it works. That's really great. So there's always an invitation connected to it, and there's a decision to be made by you. So this is our little introduction. And so it might help to breathe and to relax and to maybe shake your shoulders a little bit. I don't know what kind of things you do to relax your body, or to come into the place where you can sit still or move around a little bit, so that you just feel really good in terms of you don't even feel your body anymore. It's like, oh yeah, here I'm all in now. I'm all resting in God right now. I'm all open to receive whatever is coming up. So that is a bit of the place that you want to be right now. So truth is true, nothing else is true. That's one of the main principles. That is so great. So the other thing is then you decide, like it's the power of your decision, that you want that space to be filled by light. As long as you occupy it yourself, it cannot be filled by light. So, and when I say yourself, is like with your concepts and with your ideas and with your everydayness and worldly connections and materialistic ideas, or whatever desires you hold for yourself. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, why not relax completely? It's like, there's so much light. Here you go. You can feel it maybe in your spine, or you feel it through your crown coming in. So you breathe in through your nose to have some energy flow into your system, into your light body. Maybe you want to stretch your arms a little bit. Oh, there's my water bottle. So maybe you want to stretch your arms a little bit so that you open your heart completely. Why not? It's like, that always feels so good to me. Like, yeah, this is literally a physical experience of that. So you need your body to be open too. It's like, yeah, this energy is flowing through your body. So you want to make sure that all the channels are open, so to speak, to receive what has been given. Because this new vibration or this new frequency that is coming to us right now, you accept this, like you receive this with your, this is like an antenna in that sense. Your body is like an antenna. It's like your body picks up the energies and the frequency. So hereby I open every cell of my body to receive the light that's been given. And that is what we call like quantum or cellular healing that is going on. You want it for all of your cells of your body. And they recognize that very well. They love the love energy. They love the high frequency of love. They recognize it, and suddenly they start to work in a whole different way. Your cells start to cooperate better than ever. Because it's like, yeah, it is a representation of your mind. If your mind becomes whole, your body will be full of light. That's what is being said in the Bible. So to receive it physically is then very important, even though it works a little different than you think, and that's fine. You don't have to even understand what's going on, but you can feel it. It's like, my cells are opening up. Let's see, there's some light there. Oh, yeah, I love to receive that. I love to receive that. So yeah, all the ideas that are going to be presented here are influencing, since we're on a physical level anyway, are influencing your nervous system. So they calm down your nervous system. Like the one that I just said, truth is true, nothing else is true, feels like a release, like, oh, that's so great. I'm so happy to hear that. Or I and my Father are one. That is like a super tranquilizer for your nervous system. It's like, yeah, that is so great. Or like in the Course in Miracles, the lesson of today is like, I am as God created me. Oh, that's a relief. That is a really great sentence to repeat. Like, I am as God created me. Like, I have nothing to say about that. It's completely given, and it's still true. It's completely true. Nothing else is true. It's like, oh, this is the truth about me. This energy, this frequency will be able to heal every part of my body or every part of my relationship, my ideas about my relationship, every part of how I see myself, so that's so great. So maybe we should read one little bit of that lesson, but I actually had a different idea, but you never know what's going to happen. So I'm not determining what is happening now. It's the physical receptance of this beautiful light. So can you feel the energy in your body? Can you feel the light in your cells stirring up everything that's occurring? So this is all about your acceptance. So today I want to use a couple of things. So I got from the publisher of Joel's book, The Government of Eden, it's called. And it has an interesting invitation in the front of it that I want to share with you. And it's by Joel, so an invitation. Only the very courageous can embark on the spiritual journey, and only those of great strength and vision can hope to continue on this path. Nearly 20 centuries ago, the Master made it clear that the way is straight and narrow, and few there be that enter. That this is true is borne out by the fact that, up to the present time, very few have been able to remain on the spiritual path and continue to go forward. It is not easy to surmount superstition, ignorance, and fear, and despite prejudice and previous failures, to set forth in search of new horizons. So I love the idea of new horizons. It's like, yes, you want to discover these new horizons. So it's not easy to surmount all these things that are mentioned, like superstition, ignorance, fear. prejudice and previous failures. It's not so easy to lay those aside. I'll come back to that in a second. So Joel continues, we cannot adopt new ideas while still clinging to the outworn beliefs of the past. We must be willing to relinquish our old concepts. That is where the courage comes in, and the daring. Every year will be the result of what we make of it, the result of something that we put into operation this minute. It will not do to wait until midnight tonight. It will not do to wait until tomorrow. The kind of year that we are to experience must be started now, in this moment, by an act of decision. And each one must make that decision for himself. See, that is, I love that. I love that idea. So about decision, Joel writes on page 53 of the Government of Eden the following. Like he presents a situation, a little anecdote. It's like it's a person sitting in the train and he's on his way home, and there's a guy sitting in front of him, and it is clear that the main character in this has to leave. He will go out of the train. And so the guy sitting in front of him says, like, "Oh, are you living in this town? The next town? Are you living there?" He said, "Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to live there too, probably. Can you tell me something about the town? Like, what kind of people live there? How is it to live there?" And the guy says, "Well, what kind of people live in the town that you live in now?" He said, "Oh, the town I'm living in now, the people are like so ugly and so demanding and so, I really don't like them." He said, "Oh, those people live in this town too." So that was a really clear, good, great answer that the guy did. So it's like, yeah, you take with you all of your ideas. So whether you go from one town to the other, you still take with you your ideas. So of course the people in the new town have the same idea. Like now the people that come to that live in the new town where the guy is going to live, he takes his own mind with him. So he will see the same people because he didn't change any ideas about himself. So he takes all that package of old ideas with him. And that is just, it's like, so the answer of the guy was really great. I love that. So this is a nice example of if you don't make the decision to change your mind about yourself and everything that is, you will walk around in the cloud of your, literally, maybe even also in the cloud with all your old ideas. You know, all the old ideas you hold about yourself, you take that with you wherever you go. So that is, of course, you get the reflections too of that. So that nothing will change if you don't change your mind. So if you change your mind, like Joel says in the introduction or in the invitations, like you have the power to decide what is it that you want. So are you okay with where you find yourself? Are you okay with the ideas that you hold? Are they not causing you any pain or any, are you carrying around ideas about lack, sickness, and death? Well, why don't you give yourself a try to let those go? Because if truth is true and nothing else is true, truth will reveal itself, and it will be totally different than your ideas that you hold about yourself. So I love that. I love that as an idea. So the other thing is, so you find yourself in this world, like this world is a representation of all the choices that you have. Whether they are true or not, like you can choose what you want. There's so much temptation to believe that something is not like there's an exception of truth. Basically, that is what I'm trying to say. It's like there's so many temptations to believe there are exceptions to what truth is. You can try it. Like, who hasn't thought of this virus thing that is going on has one bit of a reality? Like, we all for a moment thought something like that. Otherwise it wouldn't be here. It's like you are being tempted by this idea that it holds reality, that maybe there's a little bit of an exception to the truth. Maybe this it needs to be taken serious or something like that. Like, see, all this is a temptation to believe that there's something else than what God created. So something else that is it's like really attacking us, or something that is really dangerous, or something that is really like a serious threat, and that is, of course, if truth is true, of course that cannot be true. So that is, it sounds very logic when I say it like this, but it is more like, this is on a very deep level that you can encounter your doubts. This is on a very deep level that you actually step right into the temptation before you know it. And it's not necessary, and there's no need for you to do it, but it might happen, and then, so don't be tough on yourself in terms of you can forgive yourself your failures, so to speak, and come back to the idea that, okay, yeah, truth is true, nothing else is true. There are no exceptions to the truth. It's like, it's not that I have to defend the truth. No, it is that I have to see it where it is, and that is the invitation. So, but you are the one deciding. You are the one deciding, what do I want to see? And this is basically on a moment by moment basis. Like, you can reject easily, or you can, in your ignorance or arrogance, if you want, you can put something aside. It's like, no, we got to take this serious. Look at this. This is real, and this is influencing everything, and blah, blah, blah. You have these moments where you think that. And so to stay strong in the truth, it is like, say it's okay to make a mistake, just admit it. It's like you have nothing to lose by admitting it. So you can return always. And that is where the love comes in, the love to yourself. It's like, you don't have to be tough on yourself in it either. So the remembrance of who you really are is where this is about. That is the remembrance. So something that can really be helpful too is the lesson 152, the power of decision is my own, from A Course in Miracles. And I will read parts of it, and so I will bring back all the temptations too. They are summed up, and I will get to that. The power of decision is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick, unless these are the outcomes of what he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you. And it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this disposition is extreme and too inclusive to be true. Yet, can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of peace, or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive, if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Accept no opposites and no exceptions. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but may not have accepted both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning, but without the second, the first no longer true. Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be often said and thought about. For if what is not true is true as well as what is true, then part of truth is false, and truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. Let us today be truly humble and accept that we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that there ever was, eternally as it is now, and it will take the place of self-deceptions. And it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. So the power of decision is my own. And that sounds like, whoa, I have so much power. No, it's like I decide whether I allow that space to be there for me or not. I can reject it. It is my free will to reject it and pick it up at a later time. To delay my homecoming. That's up to me to decide. So that's why I use the power. But why not be co-creator, as it says here? Why not co-create? Why not being co-creator of the universe? And all that you created before will disappear. And to become co-creator is to allow this space to occur and to come into the realization and to the experience of communication. So that is so great, and that's being offered all the time. Like whether you delay it for 10 years, the offering will still be the same. There's nothing lost. Everything can be undone, like the past evaporates as it was never there. Nothing ever happened. So thank you for joining me in that. All right, I hope to see you soon. Thank you.